Are you feeling triggered by narcissists? They want to trigger you all the time. They're seriously, constantly trying to get under your skin all the time. No wonder you're feeling triggered because they they get off on that. So I'm going to tell you in this video the 5 main ways that they're constantly trying to trigger you. You do not want to turn away. You do not want to miss this. So stay tuned. Hey there, I'm Rebecca Zung. I am a lawyer. I'm a narcissist negotiation expert. I spend all my time now helping you with free tips and tricks on how to become the most powerful person against toxic people, how to break free, how to go on the offensive, how to be powerful against narcissists. So make sure, if you haven't already, that you have subscribed to this channel, you hit that notification bell, because you don't want to miss one single moment of what to do to make sure that you have gotten every single scrap, every single ounce of this free information that I'm giving you. All right, so 5 ways to prevent being triggered by narcissists. I mean, you want to be able to prevent it. You want to be able to spot it. You want to be able to shut it down before it even happens, because they get like a high on this. This is what they live for, because they get this narcissistic supply out of it. This is what's happening. This is why they're constantly moving goalposts, right? And if you are negotiating with a narcissist, you're definitely going to want to grab my free Crush My Negotiation prep worksheet at crushmydeal.com. Go grab it. It's a free ebook, crushmydeal.com. I've had many people win their entire negotiations just on that. So go grab that, crushmydeal.com. And if you are dealing with a narcissist and you don't have your own way of support, I do have a free private Facebook group, Narcissist Negotiators with Rebecca Zung. You can go and get the free support and help that you need in there as well. But number one way of being able to prevent being triggered by a narcissist is to understand what narcissism is. That's why I have this channel. That's why I'm out here doing what I'm doing every single day, is to understand what narcissism is. Knowledge is power. That's why you're here, right? The more you can educate yourself, the more you can arm yourself, the more you know about this, the less worried you're going to be about it, the less scared you're going to be about it, the less anxiety you're going to have around this, because you are going to understand that this is a personality disorder. So you're not going to take it personally. You're going to start to see the symptoms. You're going to start to recognize this is what's going on. You're going to start to look at them as like a 2-year-old having a tantrum on the floor. You're going to start to go, oh, there it is. It's not me. You are going to see the signs, the red flags. You're going to start to understand that they don't have the capacity to have empathy for others. And you're going to recognize that some are covert, some are overt, some are grandiose, that they have this certain way that they go into relationships, the love bombing, the devaluing, the discarding, all of those things. And by the way, I have videos on all of these things, and you can check them out on my channel right here. But we'll start to see these patterns, and you're going to start to be able to recognize what's going on, and these light bulbs are going to start going off in your head, and you're going to go, wow, oh my goodness, I can't believe that this is what is happening, that this is who this is. And you're going to understand there's no reason to be triggered, because not only are they doing this to get a high out of it and get their narcissistic supply out of it, but they're also doing this to use your reaction against you, especially if you are negotiating with them, especially if there's something at stake, especially if there's a reason to try to use that against you in some way, because they're going to try to use that as leverage. 100%. I've seen it all the time. I've seen it all the time. Honestly, you can use their reaction against you, and they're liars. I mean, they can't help themselves. All right. So, the number two way of preventing being triggered by narcissists is to start seeing the signs. Now, once you start understanding what narcissism is, now start recognizing the signs. Start recognizing the signs when they start a coming. Here's one of the most perfect examples. I had a client one time who had a situation in Carline. For some reason, she and her ex were dropping their kids off at the same time in the morning. They had triplets, 3 kids that were all the same age. The mother calls me up. I was representing the wife. She calls me up and she says, "Can you believe he did this? Can you believe he did this? And he said that, and he said this. Can you believe? Can you believe? Can you believe?" And I just kept saying, "Yes. Yes, I can believe it. Yes, I can believe it. Yes, I can believe it." And at the end of it, I said, "What I can't believe is that you can't believe it. You've been telling me that this is how he is for 2 years. And not only have you been telling me this, when you first visited my office, you gave me many, many pages of notes telling me how he'd been that way for years. So why can't you believe that he did this in Carline this morning?" And she actually started laughing and said, "You're right. Of course I can believe it. Believe when they act shocked when they don't act like they normally do. So recognize the signs when they lie, when they manipulate, when they gaslight, when they're criticizing you, when they're interrupting you, when they're lining up their flying monkeys, when they're doing the things that narcissists do. I actually call it their to-do list. When you kind of put it into perspective and you realize that they're going to be the way they are, then it doesn't shock you so much, right? So be aware of the signs. That's number 2 way of being preventing yourself from being triggered by narcissists. The third way that you can prevent yourself from being triggered by narcissists is to set super strong boundaries. There are a number of ways of setting super strong boundaries with narcissists, but I say step 1, don't run. Because, they've been conditioning you from the beginning. They're looking to see if you're going to be a good source of supply for them. They want to see, will you do the things they want you to do? Will you allow them to get away with their lying? Will you pour yourself into them? Will you do things for them? You basically become their secretary, their janitor. You work for them. You service them in every possible way. You allow them to treat you however they want, rage at you, whatever it is. And if you don't do these things, then their behavior gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse, right? So you have to set boundaries. You have to start reconditioning them in a different direction. So you're going to start letting them know that you're not going to tolerate this kind of abuse anymore, that there's a new game in town. Are they going to like it? No. I call it sort of like the narcissist Ferber method, You're just kind of like letting them cry it out a little bit, right? It's going to be hard for you because you're not going to like it initially. It's going to be difficult for you. It's going to be difficult to let them act like they're going to act, okay? But you have to not let them take advantage of you. One of the ways that you can do that is have one form of communication. I recommend email because There's a time and date stamp, and it's much harder to be manipulated. If you have children together, an app is a good way of communicating as well. Something that is much harder for them to manipulate. Okay. Number 4 way of preventing yourself from being triggered by narcissists is not to try to change them. You can change yourself. You can change your behavior. You can change your response to them. Respond, don't react, but don't try to change them because they're not going to change. They're going to change in a sense that they're going to be like shocked that you're not behaving in the same way, but they're not going to actually change from being narcissists. They won't become suddenly empathetic, suddenly care. It's not like they're going to wake up and go, wow, I was wrong. You were right. I see the light now. You're amazing. And I'm so sorry. It's not like that's going to happen. It's not going to be like that. There's really nothing that you can do to change them. So, this is a way for you to prevent being triggered by them. Okay. So, and if you're so ready to slay this, I want you to put slay in the comments right now. Slay. All right. Number 5 way of preventing being triggered by narcissists. Are you ready for it? Number 5, here it comes. Seek outside support because you're going to need it, because they are going to line up the guns. With narcissists, you are either for them or against them. Everything is black and white with narcissists. And if they realize that you are no longer for them, then that means that you are against them. So important for self-care, for you to have outside support from a narcissist, from friends, family members, therapists, church members, whoever it is that you want to seek outside support from. Make sure you do that, because you will need it. You absolutely will need it. You will need that emotional help, that spiritual help, that stability. Make sure, as Rumi says, seek those who fan your flames. You want people who are fanning your flames, not dousing your fire. Keep your circle tight. You want vibrational energy to be protected. Protect that vibrational energy. Do you feel good after you've been around them? Trust your gut. You want to feel good after you've been around that person. And if you don't, then that person's not for you. I do have a video called 6 Little Known Tactics That Narcissists Use to Manipulate. That's a really good video for you to watch next. So definitely go and check that out. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure that you do that now. Subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if you don't have your own way of supporting yourself as far as access to therapy, I do have a partnership with BetterHelp. You can go to betterhelp.com/Rebecca Zung, and they do provide sponsorship here on this channel. We do receive commissions from them, but we only recommend services that we trust. We want you to have access to the help and support that you need. Make sure you know that today is a great day to start negotiating your best life. They only win if you give in. There's no need to do that because there's so much support right here for you. And I will see you in that next video.